During my research for this video, I asked people in my day-to-day life about becoming financially free and what it meant to them, and there was a common response from everyone. They all wanted it. Everybody wants to be financially free and spend their time how they choose to, but hardly anybody achieves it. Certainly nobody I knew. So why is it so hard? Another commonality I found is hardly anybody knew why they wanted it, apart from being a millionaire, of course. They didn't really know what it meant to their lives and how to get there, even less. There was a distinct lack of understanding and therefore commitment to the cause. So here is my plan, my blueprint to get you financially free. The hows, the whys and the whens. The things you need to know to maximize your chance of success. Now the odds are against you and it's going to be a fight. But if your why is big enough, you are destined to succeed and no one's going to stop you. This is going to be an exciting video. Let's get into it. So a fundamental question you need to ask yourself before you get into this endeavor is why you want to be financially free. Now that sounds a bit strange. Of course we all want to be financially free, but if it was remotely easy, guess what? We all would be financially free, but most are not. In fact, hardly anybody is. It must not be easy. It's hard. It's going to be very hard. So in undertaking this journey of hard work and commitment, you really need to understand your why. What will you do with your time once you have enough money from your assets to cover your lifestyle? Now mine is incredibly boring. It's the same thing as I'm doing now. I love to do renos. I just want to do renos on my own properties. And that's the key thing for me. I know what I want and I know my why. Now I have lovely clients. I'm a very lucky contractor. But ultimately my dream job is to acquire and renovate my own properties on my own time. That way I can work on building wealth for my family and have fun renovating with the team. But crucially, I will be working for assets and not for money. I will no longer be shackled to a job or have financial worries. I don't really care about cars, vacations, and as you can see, clothes. But the most important thing here is you. What is your motivation? What is your why to go through this journey? So give that some serious thought and make sure you've got a solid foundation. Your why will be your last line of defense on those really tough days, and you're going to have them. So you should have your why. And if you haven't, go back and give it some serious thought. Once you've bottomed that out, now we need a cost for it. We need your magic number. I usually think about a monthly number because most bills come in monthly. It could be $10,000, it could be $3,000. It could be that your lifestyle will need $25,000 a month to get by. It doesn't really matter, but whatever it is, you need to know it, so be honest and put together a figure that you can aim for. Now over time, this figure will change. It will get bigger for sure. It's called lifestyle inflation and it creeps in regardless if you're poor or you're rich. People in general are not content with what they want. Their tastes change over time and their wants. With an improved income, people get a better car, a bigger house, nicer clothes. It's natural and it happens to most people as they earn more money. Now the problem usually is people have to do more hours or get a side job to pay for that lifestyle. Now with assets, they often provide more income over time, so you no longer have to trade time for money. You can also acquire more assets to support your growing lifestyle. So find your number that will allow you to live comfortably without having to work for a job. It could be an annual figure or a monthly one, it doesn't really matter. Providing it covers your living expenses and provides you enough income to do all the things you want to do once you're financially free. And remember, be honest with what you need. Okay, so here's the uncomfortable bit. What are you willing to do to become financially free? If you want to stop working for money to pay for your bills, you're going to have to do something that almost everybody else won't do. You're going to have to spend your spare time and perhaps sacrifice other time on your development and acquiring assets. There is no work-life balance. There is no 2-hour downtime watching TV and having a cup of coffee. There is no time to go out a few evenings a week and the weekend to socialize. If becoming financially free was remotely easy, many more people around you would have done it by now. The truth is, hardly anybody in the population has done it, and certainly no people I grew up with. It's hard. When we refer to the 1%, we are literally referring to 1% of the population. It can't be done sitting around in the evening swiping on TikTok, and it certainly can't be done catching up on your favorite TV shows. Achieving financial freedom is hard, but it's not the route you take, it's the effort you have to put in. The consistent time you need to put in to grow your mindset so it develops with your assets. And just like going to the gym, you can only compound results by consistent effort. It's just like the old saying, nothing is for free. If you want something as epic as financial freedom, you're going to have to fight for it and earn it. Now, one of the things that was very apparent to me when I started building wealth for financial freedom was the lack of people around me that have done it. Now, I was excited, I was spending all my spare time on it and making sacrifices to keep my momentum. But I didn't see anybody around me doing the same or had achieved their financial goals. I eventually realized that most people won't do it. The vast majority of people around you won't go out and do what it takes. And some would even try and put you off it. I've experienced that myself. Some may have tried to build wealth in the past, but have stopped at the first hurdle, or the second, or the third. But essentially they've stopped. They've given up. It doesn't work. Being extraordinary requires an extraordinary effort. It will be hard at first, a real struggle. Perhaps it will take all your evenings and your weekends. You will have multiple blockers to try and stop you and bring you down. But it gets easier. Your rewards will grow and multiply over time, and it will take less effort. In the end, your consistency and your focus will pay off. It's almost like the journey is a filter to find the extraordinary. Believe in yourself and use your resources. Push through and surge forward. You got this. If you've enjoyed the video today and found some value, subscribe below and perhaps give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Now, one of the greatest advantages you can have over everybody is developing a growth mindset. This basically means to keep an open mind and develop new skills that will propel yourself forward and achieve your goals. The Harvard Business School contrasts a growth mindset to one that is fixed or closed. It doesn't try and improve using criticism or failure, and it certainly doesn't persist in the face of setbacks. Feeding your mindset by improving on your efforts and embracing challenges will make you better, more resilient, and it will encourage success. You can do this in various ways, by reading books, attending business seminars, watching podcasts. Now, networking with like-minded people was one of the greatest tools we've had, as we got to work with people that were years ahead of us. We got to tap into their wisdom, their experience, and their energy, and it had massive effect on our efforts. And something we realized some time ago is there are no cheat codes and there's no cutting corners. You have a journey to take, and as you learn on your way, both you and your goals will evolve. But having people there to help steer you, knowing what you're going to experience, will help you in so many ways. Develop your mindset and never stop learning. It will bring you security, serenity, and success. And the best thing is eventually you'll be helping new people too. Now, another old saying you may have heard of is that you become the average of the 5 people around you. This basically translates that you will develop the same lifestyle and habits of the people you spend the most time with. Whether a barrister, a student, or a blue-collar worker, you essentially fall into the same circles that you work with. Now, hanging around people on a regular basis, you tend to pick up their habits, their interests, and you associate with those that are similar as you. So if you need to do something extraordinary and you want to build financial freedom, you're going to have to hang around with people that want the same thing. Associating with people that will also make the same sacrifice as you will help you immeasurably. They will be on the same path as you, stepping out from the crowd and their comfort zone to embrace hard work and consistency. They will also experience all the challenges that you will. Your network of like-minded people will help you with strategy, resources, and wisdom, and you will help them too, mutually benefiting from a network designed to promote success and hitting goals. For me, this is one of the most important tools we ever had, especially at the beginning of our financial journey. For me, having that wisdom and experience was a game changer, and it can be for you too. Now, investing and acquiring assets is all about building wealth to support your lifestyle. This can be a physical asset, like property, precious metals, or a brick and mortar business. Paper assets can be stocks and shares, government bonds, and even life insurance. Now, as property investors, we spend most of our time in acquiring property and growing our portfolio. It's what we're comfortable with and what we love to do. But we also invest in the stock market. I call it our plan B, just in case something happens to our plan A. Having a diverse investment portfolio can help reduce risk and act as a hedge if something happens to one or more of the markets. And if you too want to invest in the stock market to create a passive income, you need to work out how much money you want to invest on a monthly basis. Now, it doesn't need to be a huge amount, but a consistent contribution each month on order deposit will take out all excuses. And if you want to take it a step further, make it a percentage of your income and not a set amount. If you get a pay rise or a bonus, your investment contribution will be that much higher. And I can promise you, from experience, once you set and forget, you will learn to live on the rest of your salary while your investment grows in the background. Now again, I went one step further and started a side hustle just so I could invest 100% of the income into my portfolio. And that grows every month with compound interest. Your future is secure while your life continues. So starting your journey to financial freedom is a serious business, and it takes serious commitment, consideration, and focus. It's something everyone can do, but hardly anybody achieves. And in truth, those few that do try often give up at the first hurdle or two. Now, I would argue that most people are not fully prepared or committed. Some don't have a proper plan, and some don't even know what they want. But if you are serious and treat the journey as a ported lifestyle change, and you commit to your goals, you can totally achieve financial freedom. The thing is, it means something different to everybody. It's a personal journey, and once you're on it and putting in the action, you realize it's less about the money and more about happiness and contentment. And in truth, there's often no destination. It's the journey that matters, and it's an awesome one. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you. My next video will be here in a few days, but in the meantime, I've got one right here, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'll see you there.